All right, let's take a look at the clicker questions for Chapter 9, Producing Data Through Experiments. Observation versus experiment. And advantage of experiments over observational studies is an experiment can provide evidence of cause and effect. The Minnesota study of twins reared apart investigated whether attributes of twins are related to heredity or environment. The researchers assessed 56 pairs of identical twins reared apart, as well as several hundred identical twins reared together. They compared the similarities of the twins in both groups. Is this study an experiment or an observational study? It's an observational study, right? Because this was something that we can merely observe. We can't purposely separate twins and raise them apart from each other. In an experiment, researchers decide how subjects are placed in different groups, whereas in an observational studies, the subjects themselves select which group they are in. True. Just like the last one, the twins that were raised together formed a group. The twins that weren't raised together formed a group. The basic principles of statistical design of experiments are the last one, all three choices: control, randomization, and using enough subjects. Researchers believed that floral scent can sometimes improve a person's learning ability. They set up an experiment in which each of 22 subjects completed sets of mazes. Each subject wore a floral scented mask and an unscented mask in random order. The researchers measured the time to complete the set of mazes. What is the explanatory variable, or otherwise known as the factor? Remember, explanatory is the X variable. So it's going to be the presence or absence of the floral scent. What is the response variable? The response variable was the time to complete the mazes. And what are the individuals? The individuals are the 22 subjects who are wearing the masks and completing the mazes. In the Salk vaccine trial of 1954, almost 400,000 students, grades 1 through 3, in 11 states participated. Students were randomly assigned to either a vaccine or a placebo injection. All students were observed for evidence of polio during the school year. Who are the subjects in the Salk vaccine experiment? It's the 4,000 children who participated in the study. What is the factor in the Salk vaccine experiment? The factor is the X variable, the explanatory variable. So that would be type of injection, whether they got the vaccine or the placebo. What are the treatments in the Salk vaccine experiment? That would be the vaccine or the placebo. What is the response variable in the Salk vaccine experiment? That would be signs of polio, right? So polio status. The researchers controlled influences of lurking variables by giving each subject a floral scent and an unscented mask. Oh, we skipped back to our old example. Okay, I was like, what? Okay, hold on. That one looked like it was out of order. So we were on the Salk vaccine, and then we went back to the maize. So researchers believe that the floral scent can sometimes improve learning ability. They set up an experiment in which 22 subjects completed sets of mazes, right? So each subject wore a floral scented mask and an unscented mask in random order. The researchers measured the time to complete the set of mazes. If age affects whether the presence of a floral scent improves learning ability and was not included among the variables studied in the experiment, then age is a lurking variable. Researchers believed, that's the floral scent one, the researchers incorporated randomized by when they selected the mask, randomly assigning the order in which each subject receives the floral scented and unscented masks. Researchers believed for the floral scented, the researchers reduced chance variation in the result by using 22 subjects. If there is a statistically significant difference between the average times to complete the mazes while wearing a floral scented mask and the unscented mask, with a difference in average times to complete the maze between the floral scented mask and the unscented mask is too large to be due to chance alone. A study claims that patients who receive surgery for intestinal cancer live much longer after treatment than patients who are treated without surgery. However, doctors operated only on patients in relatively good condition, so we cannot conclude from this study that surgery lengthens intestinal cancer patients' lives. This is an example of confounding. In a famous randomized vitamin C study, most patients could tell from taste whether they were receiving vitamin C pills or the placebo pills. The rate of cold flu was lower in the vitamin C group. What do you conclude? We conclude nothing, because the difference could be due to the vitamin C or the placebo effect, the fact that they knew they were getting the vitamin C. Blank is present when subjects, treatments, or setting of an experiment cannot realistically duplicate the conditions we really want to study. Lack of realism. Cannot realistically duplicate. Block designs. Researchers believed that floral scent can sometimes improve a person's learning ability. The experiment design is a matched pairs design. In the Salk vaccine trial, the design experiment is completely randomized design. An Australian study investigated whether maintaining a surgery patient's body temperature close to normal during surgery decreases infection rates. Patients in the study were randomly assigned to one of two treatment groups, a normal thermic group and a hypothermic group. The design is a completely randomized design. Both men and women were included in the study, although it was believed that men would react differently to the treatments than women. If the randomization to treatments was carried out separately for men and women, this design would be a randomized block design. In a randomized block design, a block contains individuals that are similar with respect to the characteristic that defines the block. In a randomized block design, the random assignment of individuals to treatments is carried out separately within each block. True or false? An advantage of the randomized block design over the completely randomized design is that the RBD eliminates confounding between a lurking variable, blocking variable, and the response variable. True. True or false? An advantage of the randomized block design over the completely randomized design is that the RBD eliminates the variation associated with the blocking variable and makes detection of statistical significance easier. True.